I've just got a dash. Okay, so we've got the Outrider. So Dash Rendar's got a ship. I haven't really looked at this beyond just a quick glance at the developer insights. So the long and short with the actual developer insights is that they're trying to bring the Rebel faction up to the same level as... Well, they've tried to say it's the same level as Radis and Finalizer. Personally, I feel that it might be going on a bit more. It should be on par with Negotiator and Malevolence now, for certain. They've had this question down here, though, saying, can this ship enable a Home 1-led fleet to one-shot the Executor? And the simple answer is no. But I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, I have beaten Executor fleets with my Home 1 fleet. So, in theory, it could make it more reliable depending what's in the kit. So, let's go and have a look at the kit first. I think that's the more important thing here. So, the Outrider. Alignment, light, support, cargo ship, rebel, scoundrel and smuggler. That was another thing pointed out in the developer insights. They did point out that they gave it the rebel tag despite Dash not being a rebel. The long and short of that was, I think they were trying to say if they made Dash a rebel, he'd be a bit OP. So, basic, illegal laser cannons. Deal physical damage 3 times to target enemy and inflict critical damage down for 2 turns. Okay, pretty good. I mean, I'm a bit surprised they're into target lock connection there, but I will take it regardless. Special 1, concealed concussion missiles, cooldown of 4. Deal physical damage 5 times to target enemy and dispel all buffs on them and inflict target lock for 2 turns, okay? This cannot be resisted. Each instance of damage reduces the target's defense by 5% for the rest of the encounter, which can't be resisted. Rebel allies gain 5% turn meter for each critical hit. Wow, okay. So, they're saying it shouldn't one-shot an Executor, but I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, if you were to keep hitting Houndstooth with that, and you know, assuming each instance counts as damage, you can reduce the defense for Houndstooth by 25% for each use. I mean, again, you might not get that many uses out of it, considering... You know, it could be shot down in that time, but still, 25% for one use is a large amount. So, quite interesting. Sorry, I've realised my face cam's blocking the specials a bit here. Emergency repairs, cooldown of 3. Final text. All rebel allies recover 20% health and protection. Oh, okay, that is a good one. And gain speed up and tenacity up for 1 turn. Oh, so if that means you could avoid breach, that would be fantastic. Maybe it wouldn't be avoidable with the likes of Houndstooth, but if you could avoid Xanadu Bloodland in breach, that'd be helpful. All rebel allies download progress is increased by 20%. So download. Progress starts at 0% and is increased by 1% whenever a rebel ally scores a critical hit, tripled if it's their turn. Requires 100% download progress to activate. So, okay, well, we got to see what the actual download is. So, unique. Outrider gains 60% critical chance and the granted ability data transmission until it is defeated. Data transmission limit once per battle. It's a granted ability. Dispel all debuffs on all rebel allies and they recover 50% health and protection. So that's on top of the special. Ooh, that could be a good double whammy. Let's have a look then. Grant all rebel allies Suprosa supercomputer for the rest of the encounter, which can't be copied, dispelled or prevented. Suprosa supercomputer, you gain 100% critical chance and an additional bonus based on the ship's roll. So for attackers at the start of turn, they dispel stealth and taunt from all enemies. Wow, okay. And inflict defense down for 1 turn on a random enemy. Again, that'll be fantastic against Houndstooth defense down. Evasion down would be nicer, but that's still alright. Tanks, all rebel allies recover 10% health and protection whenever the ship receives damage. Ooh, okay. And then support at the start of turn, inflict target off for 2 turns and remove 20% turn meter from a random enemy. Okay. So, some interesting stuff there. And then, let's see. Reinforcement undocumented modifications. All rebel allies gain 20% download progress for each rebel reinforcement called in by the allied rebel capital ship this encounter. Outrider gains critical damage up for 1 turn. Okay, so that is interesting because it implies that you might benefit from bringing it in later in a battle. So if you continue with the current starting lineup of Hans Millennium Falcon, Biston, and Biggs, if you then bring in Phantom, and then even maybe Cassian, if you then follow up with the Outrider, you go and get at least 40% download progress straight away. So then it's a case of just keep using your attacks and you'll probably get your special quite quickly. So again, I'm not sure if that is beneficial. We're going to have to see how fast you ramp up the damage, because when you think download is going to take a bit of time, even though it's, you know, there is potential for it to build quite fast, it will still take time. Because when you think, if it's, let's just reread this. So it starts at 0 and it's increased by 1% for critical hits, tripled on their turn. So you're still going to get out of turn progress at least. But say Han does a basic first turn, then he's going to call an assist, that'll be 1% on top of his 3. And then you might get lucky and get the second one if he calls in, so it could go up another 4. But while saying that though, would that, yeah, that'd still be 4 if it was Han. So yeah, it could go up pretty quick. You're talking 8% from 1 turn, so then Han assisting out a turn, there's a chance for that as well. A little extra 1% here and there. Yeah, there's some potential for it to get built up quite quickly, but you're looking and you're thinking, if you can bring it in as the 3rd reinforcement, then it would mean that you're already halfway there, or almost halfway there, especially after you've taken your first turns. So, yeah, quite interesting that. I think it's going to be interesting to play around and see what it can do. With it being a Galactic Chase ship rather than a marquee, oh, sorry, not marquee, a legendary or a conquest ship, I don't think this is going to be massively OP. I think it'll be something that will help us, but it won't be something that will change the game. So when they say it isn't expected to beat Executors, I can believe it. I'm looking at things and seeing, could it really benefit those high relic rebel fleets? I'm looking at myself a bit there. But in general, if I'm looking at my Crimson account where I've got to start building my rebels soon, and I look and I think, maybe it's worth giving Dash some gear just to boost that faction up so I don't have to gear up Ghost, for instance. So, yeah, this is a good, interesting little kit. I don't really know for certain what it will and won't beat, but there's a lot of potential here for some fun, so I am curious. So yeah, that's about it, unfortunately. I was hoping that there might be an Omicron that was released around the same time, but knowing CG, I'll stop recording this video and then they'll put another post out saying, oh, by the way, here's today's Omicron. So I might just follow up on that during editing, but for now, that is going to be it. So I don't feel it's worth showing the dev insights. I think it's pretty simple. The headlines, if you like, are what I've covered. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you think it might be able to take down, what are your hopes for it. But other than that, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.